Dear my beloved audiences, today I want to tell you a story, which is called The Stray with the Red Bandana. The first time Emily saw the dog, he was standing across the street in the pouring rain. He was soaked to the bone, thin and shaking, but something about him stood out, a bright red bandana tied loosely around his neck. She had never seen him before in the neighborhood. Emily lived in a small town where everyone knew everyone else's pets. People kept their dogs inside or behind fences, and most had tags and collars. But this dog had no tag, no collar, just a red bandana and a cautious look in his eyes. She stepped outside with a piece of leftover chicken, holding it out in front of her. "Hey there, boy," she called softly. "Are you hungry?" The dog took one step backward, eyes fixed on hers, but the smell of the chicken was too tempting. After a long pause, he cautiously crossed the street, keeping his head low. He took the food gently from her hand, gulped it down, then disappeared down the alley behind her house. That became their routine. Every evening around sunset, the dog would appear, sometimes from the alley, sometimes from behind the trash bins, and Emily would bring him food. She started leaving a blanket outside when the nights turned cold, then a small doghouse when it began to snow. Slowly, the dog started to trust her. He wouldn't come inside, but he stopped running when she approached and even let her pet him on the head. She named him Rusty, after the reddish tint in his black and brown fur. No one in town claimed Rusty. Emily asked around, put up a few posters, even took a picture of him with the red bandana and posted it on local forums. No one recognized him. Some people assumed he was abandoned. Others said he was born on the streets. One older man at the grocery store claimed he'd seen the dog months ago, following a boy who had since moved away. Regardless of his past, Rusty had chosen Emily. One evening, a storm rolled in fast. Thunder shook the windows and rain hit the roof like gravel. Emily looked outside, worried for Rusty. She had left his doghouse covered and lined with old towels, but it wasn't enough. Against her better judgment, she opened the back door. "Rusty," she called. "Come inside." To her surprise, he was already there, sitting just outside the door, soaked and shivering. This time, he didn't hesitate. He walked inside, cautiously at first, sniffing the floor and walls, but he stayed. That night, Rusty slept on the rug beside Emily's bed. From then on, he never left. Rusty quickly became a fixture in the town. He followed Emily to the market, waited patiently outside the bakery, and played gently with the children at the park. The red bandana remained tied around his neck, though it was worn and faded. Emily replaced it with a new one, but he always managed to find the old one and bring it back. It was clear the bandana meant something. One afternoon, a boy about 12 years old came running into Emily's small bookstore. He was breathless, holding a crumpled photo in his hand. "Excuse me," he said. "Have you seen this dog?" Emily looked at the photo. It was Rusty, no doubt about it, with the same red bandana and amber eyes. Standing beside him in the photo was the boy. "I think he's mine," the boy said. "We had to move last year. My dad lost his job, and we stayed with my uncle in the city. We couldn't bring Rusty. We left him with a neighbor, but he got out. I've been looking for him ever since we moved back." Rusty was lying behind the counter, half asleep, but when he heard the boy's voice, his ears perked up. Then he stood, walked around the counter, and looked at the boy. There was a long, still moment. Then the boy knelt down and opened his arms. "Rusty!" The dog bolted forward and buried his face in the boy's chest, whining and licking his cheeks. His tail wagged furiously. The boy hugged him tightly, tears running down his face. Emily stood back, watching with mixed feelings. She had grown to love Rusty, but she saw the truth in his eyes. He remembered the boy. He had never truly forgotten him. The boy looked up. "Thank you for taking care of him," he said. "He's my best friend." Emily smiled. "He's a special dog. You're lucky to have each other." There was silence for a moment before the boy asked, Would you still want to see him sometimes?" "I live just a few blocks away." "I'd like that very much," she said. And so, Rusty returned home with the boy, his red bandana fluttering as they walked down the street together. But he came back to visit Emily every few days, sometimes to nap in the sunshine outside her store, sometimes to nudge her hand with his nose and sit quietly beside her as she read. Rusty was no longer a stray. He was loved by two hearts in one small town, and sometimes that was more than enough. If you like this video, please leave a like and a subscribe. It will really help our channel grow. But if you don't like it, then just skip it, and don't forget to check out our other videos. Thank you very much and goodbye.